Hi, I'm Keck Best, and welcome to my channel. I'm just doing a quick update on what's going on with J Johnston. For those of you who don't know, he was picked up on the American side of the border, and it looks like the Americans have refused his request for asylum, and they've sent him back to Canadian police custody already. What I'm about to bring you, I just ripped off of Ed Jamnisek's channel without permission. But I will leave a link in the description to the Kevin J. Johnson show on BitChute if you're looking for more updates on what's going on with Kevin.
Hello, everybody. Kevin J. Johnston here. I'm still recovering from the crazy trek I had to take. This has become very serious, Canada. I have a fatwa on my head, and on Christmas Eve, 7 guys, 2 I knew that were armed. The other ones I didn't stick around long enough to find out, attacked me yet again. The only reason I got away is that I was familiar with the park, and I knew that there was a hole in the fence that I could dive through, which I did. I had to run, and I had to hide. And I went into hiding later in the day on Christmas Eve. My life is completely and totally in danger. It seems to be absolutely in the hands of the powers that be in Canada. And yes, I made a trek, which almost killed me, to seek political asylum in the United States. It took me almost 12 hours to make the hike. It was minus 30 degrees all night, and I got buried in a snow squall. I had to dig what's called a snow grave and bury myself in the snow to survive that, which I did, obviously, but it wasn't easy. I'm absolutely amazed that after that night of hiking that I don't have frostbite, but I've now had an opportunity to warm up and eat something, and I can tell you that my muscles are not working properly right now. My legs are not working properly. My lower back is not supporting me. My left arm and my left hand have numbness in them. And I think something went wrong with my eyes, because my right eye is now permanently blurry, it seems. I cannot center focus my eyes together on an object. I have to close my right eye to see the object that I'm looking at. The American Border Patrol made a very big mistake. I asked for asylum. They held me for a couple of hours, lied to me about being able to make a phone call. They lied to me about a lot. And then also lied to me about handing over asylum papers, and they wouldn't take phone calls from the Americans who were looking to bring the asylum papers over to me. They were supposed to detain me for a night or 2, and they were supposed to answer questions to any legal counsel or anyone that's helping me on the American side, which they did not. They very rapidly, and as my understanding is, this is actually the fastest deportation in Montana history. I was back in Canada, I would say about 3 p.m. Saskatchewan time. So what I can say is that it seems like it was a coordinated effort, and we have a lot of Americans now who are aware of this. They're aware of the fact that Canada has become so dangerous that political asylum is going to be something that I'm sure a lot of Canadians are going to be asking for, because there are a lot of Canadians at risk. The Antifa gang has been used by the city of Calgary. It's been used by Bonnie Crombie in Mississauga. It's been used by private parties that I will not name to attack me. It's been constant. It hasn't stopped. And now that there is a religious order to kill me, have to watch over my shoulder for the rest of my life. Now, people in the United States are not aware of the fatwa, so in seeking asylum there, I would be safe. Here, my face is known countrywide because obviously the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, CTV, and all the others have gone out of their way to slander me and lie about me from day number one. That is the problem when you have the pendulum has swung to the extreme left, and it looks like it's going to stay there for a very long time. Canada is not a safe place. It's ugly, everybody. It's not what I grew up in. It's not the peaceful, loving, kind, hardworking center of commerce and center of joy that it was when I grew up. It is something that even the American Border Control guys told me is a complete mess. The American border guards all stated that they understood why I would ask for asylum, because they hate Trudeau as well. They hate his policies, they hate what he's done. But it still doesn't change the fact that they did not follow their own protocols and returned me to Canada, where I am now facing death. I'm going to need your help, Canada. All of Canada needs to know there is a fatwa, an order for death on my head that various levels of government have used Antifa to attack me. They haven't stopped. I thought they would stop after the election. They haven't stopped. They're still on my case. They've been so brazen that they've gone to where they know that I'm going to be on a given day. This attack on me took place at our studio. I'm just fortunate I was able to see it fast, and I just turned and ran. I won't be so lucky every single time. In fact, it just takes one time to be unlucky, to be dead. I didn't mention it. One had a hammer, one had a knife, and they had a combination of blood in their eyes and laughter. It's gotten to the point where anyone who has a conservative view or a Christian view is now going to be mocked, even in violence. This is not a good time in our history. I need your help. Legal fees are going to begin to mount, and because I will be incarcerated for a while, I am not able to do any earning of any kind to keep our studio where this show runs from. If you could please go to kevinjjohnston.ca and donate today. Anything helps, people. Please, anything helps. If you're American and on the American side, please put pressure on your governors, on your counselors, on everything. We need, if anything, if I'm going to be murdered in my own homeland, at least we need my story to get out. That's the bare minimum that I could ask. I know that CNN asked for a statement, which my lawyer has now presented. I don't think that they're going to be honest about it. And Vice News is looking for stuff. We know they're going to lie about it. In fact, we know that every media outlet in the country is going to lie about it. I want to say this, everyone. First, the risk of sounding funny, if you ever have an opportunity to take a 12-hour walk in minus 30 degrees Celsius weather, decline it. It will kill you. At the same time, if you have an opportunity to begin any type of move, now's your time to do it. The phenomenon in Canada, which is the complete destruction of our economy and the erosion of our rights, is beginning to happen in the blue states in the United States. At least the border guards were friendly enough to tell me that. They were lying to me about everything else, but at least they told me that. That it's all becoming, the blue states are becoming Canada. In case I don't survive the next little while in prison, I don't know if they're going to send somebody after me in prison or not. To my children, I love you so much. The day that both of you were born, it's the happiest days of my life. The tears just poured down my face, you two. You're both amazing people. You're going to do very well in life, and I know that your dad being in jail is not helpful. But don't stop living. Push yourselves. Be the best that you can be at whatever you decide to take up in this lifetime. To my darling wife, God, the only thing I want to do is just look you in the eye and hold you. And they may not let me do that for a while. But thank you for those children, and thank you for everything you've done. To my dear, dear friends, Rose and Dawn, and Ed, you, Derek, Henry, Pastor Archer Pawlowski, your entire family, David Pawlowski, Angelica, Brad, Rocco, all of you. You've done so much for me. You've done so much for your country. I'm honored to know you all. It's not been a pleasure. It's been an honor to know you all. I have high doubts that they're going to... I don't think I'm going to survive the next couple of months, everybody. I don't think I will. I honestly think that whoever did this is coordinated well enough to get to me inside the prison. I hope I'm wrong. But if I have to say goodbye, you need to know that it took me 50 years to figure some things out, and I want to maybe share some of that with you now. And that is, you need to take the emotion of love that you have, and you need to build on it. Whatever it is in your lifetime that you think you love, if it's material, it means nothing. It means nothing if you don't have someone that you love to share it with. I'm lucky. I'm so lucky that I have amazing people in my life that I love, that I can share my time with, share a meal with. Hold on to your families tight. If you have anything that you're squabbling about, please stop. Stop arguing with your family. Embrace your family. Make sure that they know you care. You need them to know that they love you. You need to know that they love you. In times of war, that's usually the only thing that allows people to survive. Because when you love someone and they love you, you have something to live for. You have something to walk 12 hours in the cold for. You've got something to fight for. Don't let them take that from you with their propaganda. You all know the truth about what's going on, but now it's time for you to really hold on to what's dear. I started the Kevin J Johnston Show as originally freedomreport.ca because Canada had fallen to the point where I was literally told to my face that we're not hiring white males right now. I began ranting and raving about that online. It turns out that I wasn't alone. It turns out a lot of men my age were being told the same thing. It's the only reason I began podcasting in the first place, and my voice became powerful enough that by May of 2017, the government had already decided it was going to start attacking me, which they did with false criminal charges, with harassment, with intimidation. Unfortunately, in the Greater Toronto area, the police were used as a tool to cost me money and time. What more can be said other than if you do have a strong voice, they will come at you. You have to be ready for this. What they have put me through through in the last 5 years has been absolute hell. If you think about it, they've taken 5 years of my life in jail time so far. They have cost me more than $100,000 in legal fees so far. They have cost me all my friendships of those who are weak and chose to believe the newspapers as opposed to having a conversation with me. They cost me most of my family members in Ontario who, again, believed the CBC over what I had to say. There's a huge price that I have paid to ensure that my country would survive as something recognizable so that I could leave something behind for my children. I have paid a heavy price. Being marked for death, that's a huge price. Which is why, again, I am asking for your help. America, please put pressure on your governors. Canada, put pressure on your members of parliament. Please donate today at kevinjjohnston.ca. These legal fees I'm looking at are going to be over the top. I have no idea what they're going to be. But we are expecting them to be the better part of $50,000 to $60,000. They are going to be high. I need your help. Canada needs your help. kevinjjohnston.ca to donate. And also make sure that everyone knows what happened. Make sure everyone knows that my life is now in danger in my own country. In a supposed democratic nation, I'm marked for death. And everyone needs to be a bit more vigilant and a bit more understanding of how bad the situation in the world, especially the Western world, has become. My understanding is that I'll be going into a remand center for a little while. When I have access to a phone, I will contact Ed, and he will in turn be speaking to my lawyers to find out what we can do. I love you all.